Hi, this is Bud Keith with another song from the Radical Grace CD, Rough Cut Records. Let 'Em Rain, Morbid Prayer, and I think it's also very appropriate for the hour. Okay, Bud Keith is back, also known as Glory Hound, because I was named that, given a name. Hey, I want to talk to you today in a very loose format about an experience I had going on a 21-day fast, water only. And back in the early 70s, I got this book, Atomic Power with Prayer and Fasting. Let me lower that a little bit. And it's kind of a late 40s, early 50s thing, updated in the 50s. These ministers, they were called the Latter Rain ministers. They, you've heard of them, the Oral Roberts, the William Branhams, the Allens, I don't know all the names of them, but they were called Latter-day ministers in the 40s and 50s. And they got caught in this fasting system. Actually, this individual, Franklin Hall, you can see some his old videos on YouTube, Franklin Hall, introduced this book. It not only includes the spiritual side of fasting from scriptural standpoint, much of which is hidden. This is a pamphlet you can get on Amazon for like $9. It's definitely worth getting. It's dated in terms of medical stuff, but some of the medical stuff is pretty amazing to understand and help you go through a fast. So most I had ever done was a 5-day fast, and I kind of cheated. I'd do tea and maybe some milk once in a while. But this convinced me to go on a water-only fast. And they have a lot of testimonies that people go way beyond 40 days. So 40 days is not this do-or-die death thing. You just got to read this book because he goes into so much detail. I could never in any way try to capture that, other than it spurred my faith on to do this 21-day, quote, consecrated prophets fast. Again, only water. And that's a real difference, because I had taken a 1 day a week fast motif for quite a while. And the truth is, again, I would do certain liquids and so forth, which really messes up the fast. Honestly, you got to let your body completely hibernate, and water is the key. And hopefully purified water. You might add a little salt to it, but at one of the drinks. But it's a total different fast when you do water only. So essentially what I learned is that, I already was used to a 5-day fast, 2 or 3, 4 times. And, it's difficult the first 3.5 days, and then 5, you start feeling better, but you're still hungry. But then you stop the fast. Well, in a prolonged fast, or an extended fast, or a prophet's fast, you basically, you're go through that period, and then between 5 and 10, 11 days, you're feeling hungry, but it's a nagging, gnawing, but it's not a dominating experience. But then you hit like the 11th day, and all of a sudden, you start to experience the fact that your stomach is shutting down, reconstructing itself in a sense, and you can go a lot longer. And I could have gone over 21 days. In fact, I almost was reluctant to break the fast after 21 days. There's weight loss, but you'll hear that it comes back pretty quick because your body is really cleaning itself out, and it's going to want to have nutrients back and store them for a while when you come back after a fast. And you have to be very, very careful when you break the fast after something like 21 days, because your body will not be. I made a mistake of having a couple of shrimp. Not the first break fast. I did good with the first break fast breakfast that morning, the Saturday morning, but after the 21 days completely done, and then decided in the afternoon to have a few these shrimp, and man, did I hit the wall on that. So yet 2 days later I could finish those shrimp. So your body just has to go through a period of readjustment. This book actually talks about, you really redo your whole intestinal cells with that long a fast. So anyway, I got the faith from reading this book. you're going to run into issues with spouses. They're going to freak out. 21 days. It's no, I've never heard of anyone doing that. Well, I have. It's in the Bible, and a lot of things are hidden in the newer translations. They weeded out fasting. Jesus said these demons don't come out but by prayer and fasting, and we're losing a lot of our Christian integrity and power because our God is our stomach in America. We've been supersized. We've been living off hunger lust. That's the one word that really hit me. We're a gluttonous people. Our ministers are gluttonous a lot of times. I've been gluttonous. And gluttonous is a form of lust. There's hunger lust. And hunger lust also feeds sexual lust. You get more tempted. What I found with sexual temptations, it's a yin and yang. You do well in that area, one area, and the other one goes up. You do well, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to get too much detail on that. I'm getting older, so it's less of an issue, but it's still an issue, of course. But let's just, I like that song. And the name of the city of our God, him that overcometh, will I make a city in the temple, a pillar in the temple of our God. So get this book. Don't start out with a 21-day fast. Do one. Then 1 day a week for a while. Just get on water for 1 day a week, gut it out. Get used to it. Get some success under your belt. Because it is a will. So there's a hardening of the will to seek God in this process. You're not there to lose weight. You will lose weight, but you're not there to lose weight. It will normalize. A long, prolonged fast will normalize your system. My blood pressure went down in perfect. 2 or 3 readings of perfect. There was fat that needed to go, and it went. So my body is hard to recognize what's going on to your body because your stomach disappears and so forth and so on. This shirt's loose, so you don't see that I'm a lot skinnier than I was. But then you gain back about 8 pounds really quick, just eating normal, not even indulging, because you can't. Your stomach will be so shrunk, you're not going to be able to just stuff yourself. So I had a little dilemma that I ended the fast like 3 or 4 days before Thanksgiving, and I ate an average amount on Thanksgiving, but that was too much for my stomach, and all night I had indigestion. I had to go, and this is 4 days after, quote, breaking the fast. I had to get Tums, and I had a miserable night. And it just, you are playing with your system a little bit, but God's ordained the fast. And they talked about John the Baptist. Remember, John the Baptist's disciples came to Jesus and said, how come your disciples, I think it was John the Baptist, maybe it was the scribes, how come your disciples don't fast like the Pharisees and John the Baptist's disciples fast? And Jesus said, that's because they had the bridegroom with them. Why would we need to fast? But they will fast. And, that's part of the deal. Jesus fasted for 40 days. My understanding from this book, I haven't double-checked it, but Jesus didn't get his miraculous ministry till after a 40-day fast. There is an overcoming involved in this. A practical overcoming. That's important. And I think if we want to jumpstart ourselves into new ministry, new lifestyle, and I'm going to go into a later video about changing your eating habits to support so that fasting reveals your God, which is your stomach, which is the sin of gluttony, which is hunger lust, which is being supersized Americanisms, which we can't wait for a famine in the land. We need to start disciplining ourselves. We're called to discipleship, to be disciplined ones, and fasting, whether it's the 1 day a week thing, or it's a 3-day fast, a 5-day fast, a 10-day fast, or a 21-day fast, and some have gone much longer. You'll read the testimonies in this book, you'll be amazed. And there's other books that have similar confirming testimonies by Franklin Hall. Again, I would recommend go to his YouTube, he has some other things that talks about the baptism fire, things like that. I'm still weighing all that, but the fasting thing is definitely of God. It definitely spurred on revival in the 40s and 50s, and he was one of the main players, knew William Branham really well. Anyway, I'm signing off. Thank you. Bye.